Right, so the first card you've got for your past is this Hanged Man just hanging there. Okay, I have to talk about this first. I can't talk about the Hanged Man now. I've got to talk about this Ace of Pentacles right in the middle. The centre card is the key card to this whole spread, usually. So you've got the Ace of Pentacles right in the middle. Right next to that, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. So there's some kind of money flow coming in to you. I'm seeing that very, very specifically, very clearly. You can see that there. Okay, I need to say this right away before I talk about the Hanged Man. Now, yeah, I think I saw this in your last reading. It might be that you're still struggling with a similar issue. So, and I have to say this because the time is now for you to sort this out if this is you. Now, I'm getting lots and lots of ideas, probably money-making ideas, might be business ideas, might be different jobs you want to do, might be about education. It's something that's going to bring you money. And you've got lots of different ideas, lots of different ways you can go. And usually, as a Gemini, you do have that. You're amazingly full of ideas, abundant of ideas, interesting ideas, very, very interesting person to talk to, lots and lots of different interests and things like that. But when it comes to this, you really, really need to try and narrow this down to a couple of things, or one thing even. So I think that doesn't, don't be upset about this. That doesn't mean you have to disregard the other things that you still like. You can come back and do that later. That's okay. But for now, you've really got to narrow this down to probably even one. I think maybe just one thing. One thing. Focus on that and do that well. Because I think if you don't do that, you won't do anything. Because you do a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of the other thing, and you won't be able to do everything all at once. There are just too many things. And you'll end up doing nothing, then you'll end up feeling bad about yourself, you'll end up going into that cycle that I know you go into. You have this I'm going to do all these things, I'm so excited. And then you become overwhelmed with all these different things. And then you end up not doing anything because you can't possibly do all those things. And then you feel bad about yourself. Don't do that. Pick one thing or two things if you can't stick to one thing, and really do that properly. Because if you look at this Ace of Pentacles, there's a path, a golden path going through that hedge, and it's a narrow path. You can only take one thing, maybe two, but one. You can only take one thing down that path. You can't take all these different things down there. You can't get through that hedge and up that mountain to that success that you want if you've got so many things going around and around in your head. So I know that's specific, but I really had to say that because it feels like the time is now for you. You've got the Ace of Pentacles in the middle, Ten of Pentacles right next to that. Narrow down those coins, all those different ideas in the Ten of Pentacles. You can see all the coins there. Narrow it down to one. That's what you've got to do for someone here. Now, if you're struggling to do that, if you're still struggling, because I saw this in your last reading, I think, and so it's still here now. So someone's still struggling with this. Write a list of all the things down, all the different ideas, and then just sit there quietly, look at one idea, say, how does that make me feel? Does it make me feel amazing? Does it make me feel okay? If it's just okay, put it down the bottom. Put the amazing ones up the top. Keep going through, narrowing it down, getting a smaller and a smaller list until you've up to about 5 things, 4 things. Then look at the top 2, and it might be that you go for those 2, or might be that you narrow it down to 1. See if you can eliminate things in that way. Go by your instinct, go by how you feel. Because if you're sticking to one thing, it has to be something you're really, really passionate about, that you really want. That's how you're going to get that success. And you are going to have that money coming in. You really are, but you really need to focus if that's you. So yeah, I might get a little bit more about this money thing later on. I might get more of an idea about what it is, but I'll move on to the Hanged Man now. But I just wanted to get that out of the way for someone. Okay, so with this Hanged Man, yeah, someone's literally hanging. They're hanging and hanging on to love. Yeah, I think this might be an axe. You've moved on from this person and they're hanging on to you. Or they're trying to hang on to you. They're trying to hang on to the relationship. Yeah, you've moved past this, but they're hanging on. That's what I'm getting. But it's not easy for you, I think, because it feels like there's a lot of guilt here. You might feel guilty for moving on about moving on, because there's some really difficult, they've got some really difficult problems around them. They're stuck in a really difficult situation, actually. Yeah, they're trying to send, I'm getting someone trying to send you messages, lots and lots and lots of messages, and then it stops. And then you think, okay, that's over with, they've gone, I can continue on. And then they start back again. So I'm getting these waves of messages, then it stops, then it starts back again. The other thing I'm getting is messages that might be coming through someone else to you. So it might be that they're not talking to you specifically, that they're going through someone else. So that's something else you need to think about as well, because I'm getting a bad feeling around that. Someone should not be involved in this, and they are. They're in between the two of you. But yeah, they've been through a really horrible time. So I think that's where I'm getting that guilt from. You might feel guilty that, oh, they're going through so much. I can't just abandon them. It's really awful. But what I have to tell you is, if this is resonating with you, it feels like a lot of the problems they have right now, they're down to them. They're in this position because of the decisions they made. Yeah, they're literally stuck somewhere, just like this hanged man. They're stuck somewhere physically, in a house or a building, or they're stuck in some place that they can't get out of. Because I'm getting this, I can't move, I want to get out, I can't move, I can't get out. I'm getting that around them. And that's what they're going through, and there's a lot of guilt on your part. You feel sorry for them. I'm getting that, but again, they're responsible for, for their own decisions. They're responsible for where they are. They're responsible for being in that position. I'm sorry, I'm muddling my words because I'm getting quite stressed about this, actually. So, but they're an adult. They're an adult. They're responsible for themselves. I feel as if I have to say this really strongly for someone, because you're feeling very guilty about them and you're taking on the responsibility for other people, and you do that quite often. And you've got to stop that, because you've got to focus on yourself right now. You've got to focus on your path right now. You've got to focus on the Ace of Pentacles. You've got to get your focus off this hanged man and on to the Ace of Pentacles. So that's what I'm getting quite clearly for you. I'm getting this again. There's some messages coming to you, if this is resonating. Messages coming to you from someone else or through someone else. It's like they're using someone else to get to you. Yeah, don't feel guilty for them. They're using someone else if this is you. It might actually be a child. Maybe it's a child you've got together and they're talking to them and telling them to tell you things or something like that. If that's what's happening, if that's you, that shouldn't be happening. Because I've got this very protective instinct here. So I think that's what it might be. And, you've got the Empress here, a mother, a carer. So I think that's why I'm feeling very protective as well, just looking at this Empress. So I don't know what you can do about that. You might want to talk to this child, if that's you, and say, no, they shouldn't be doing this to you. If they try and talk about me, just tell them to stop that I shouldn't be talking about that. I want to talk about something else. But it's hard, because it shouldn't be their responsibility, especially if this is a child. I don't know what you can do about that, but I've just got a bad feeling around that, that someone's being used to get to you. So if it's a child, might not be, something has to be done about that. Yeah, I'm just looking at this Empress as well. I think you might have taken on the role of the Empress with them, with this axe, as the carer. Because this is what you do. You care for people. You give everything to people. You do things for them. And I think that's what you miss. Sorry, that's what they miss, actually. They miss your care. Yeah, they miss that. They miss your care. But do they miss you? Do they miss you? No. Maybe they miss being cared for. I'm getting that. And you don't want to be a carer. You don't want to be a carer in a relationship. You want to be an equal. You want to be an equal. You're giving and you're giving, and that's what you do. So you need to step back from that. You need to think about why you were like that. And I think now, even though you're not together anymore, you're still feeling some of that guilt. I should be caring for them. I feel sorry for them. So if that's you, you really need to move on from that. I know I'm sounding really, really bossy. I'm muddling up my words as well because it's really stressing me, actually. You've got to move away from that. They've got to stand on their own feet. They really need to stand on their own feet now. You know, the hanged man, look at this hanged man. This is how they're coming up as the hanged man. The hanged man needs to cut the rope and turn himself around and stand up on his feet. He's not on his feet. They've got to do that by themselves. They can't rely on you to do that for them anymore. They absolutely can't. And they miss that comfort of you. They miss you doing everything for them. But that's not your job. It's not your job to do things for people apart from a child if you have a child. You're not responsible for any other adults. So I'm sorry I'm sounding bossy. Someone really needs to hear that message. They really, really, really do. Okay, I'll try and calm down. Right, I'm looking at the Four of Swords. Okay, very calm card. So, okay, there's avoidance here. So it feels like you're retreating. It feels like you're lying down. It feels like you're resting. It feels like you're getting away from people. And you've got the Hermit up there as well. So it feels like there's family. It feels like there might be some family interference happening. It feels like there was a lot of family interference that happened with you in the past. And I think maybe some family might have interfered in this relationship, actually. But that's all gone now. You don't want to think about that relationship anymore if that's you. I think what this is telling you is you're away from all this family, or you're trying to get away from some kind of problem. I think you're seeing a problem that's coming up ahead in your family. You can sense there's some kind of problem coming up. There's some kind of problem brewing. There's some kind of storm brewing or something like that. And you're kind of lying there by yourself like this man, and you're getting away from all that and you're trying to be by yourself. And I think maybe that's what happened to you when you were a child, if that's you. Because I'm getting this feeling of being a child. I don't know if it's you, but it's for someone here. Being a child, knowing that someone in your family was very angry, very volatile, and you could feel their storm brewing. It's like, I know they're going to be angry. I know they're going to be angry. I know they're going to do this. I've got to retreat. I've got to be by myself. And you did that. And I think now that's what you're feeling, that someone's going to be angry with you. There's a storm brewing. I think maybe this relative's still around in some way. It might be a parent. And you're retreating. And what you're doing now is you're remembering all those things they said to you years and years ago. Because if you look at this man, he's lying down, he's resting, he's by himself. But he's got all these swords above him. So you're remembering all the things they did to you. And other people as well that had a very bad temper, whoever this is, if this is you. And so I think you remembering all that, even though it hurts you, it's your protection now, because you remember what they did, and it's making you say, no, I'm not going near that again. I'm staying away from that now. So I think that's what you're doing right now. And if that's what you're doing, if you're staying away from these particular family members, I'm seeing one very volatile person here. If you're staying away from that person, you're absolutely doing the right thing. So yeah, that's you. And I think what's happened is, since you were a child, I think you tried to fix them. I think you tried to talk to them. I think you tried to fix, help them, be nice to them, be kind to them. You tried to have a relationship with them, but it really didn't work. And I think you had to let that go if that's you. If that is you, please don't feel guilty for letting that relationship with this family member go, because it's the right thing for you to do. And again, I'm seeing this pattern in you, if this is you. Feeling guilty, feeling responsible for people, feeling responsible for other adults. You are not responsible for any adults. You are only responsible for yourself. Please remember that. And so if you need to be by yourself, if you need to retreat, if you need to not talk to this person, that's absolutely fine. If someone's angry and volatile, they're responsible for that. You're not. So someone needs to know that again. I'm really sorry. This is a really heavy reading. I thought this would be a really nice reading, but it's turning quite heavy. So, but yes, it's important to hear those things if that's you. Right. Okay, so yeah, I'll talk about the Six of Swords now in your present, because it's kind of following on from this. I'm seeing a similar thing again, and I don't mean for this to be such a heavy reading, but it's turning out like that. But I have to tell you what I'm seeing. There's some really important information here for someone. Yeah, this is a really interesting progression, actually, because you've got the Four of Swords, and now you've got the Six of Swords here, up here, so in your present here. So you've got the Four of Swords going up to the Six of Swords, feeling hurt, moving away. That's what you've done. You've moved away from this family member, or whoever this is. You've also moved away from this axe, so you've done all that. What's missing in the middle is the Five of Swords, and that's what you're avoiding. The Five of Swords, it's not here, obviously, because it's missing, but you're avoiding that. You're avoiding the anger. The Five of Swords is all about harming people, hurting, anger, all that kind of thing. So again, that's what you're avoiding. You're avoiding this volatile person, and you're doing the absolute right thing. The absolute 100% right thing. Again, focus on you. Focus on you. Don't focus on other people, especially people who aren't right for you. Only focus on you. Lift yourself up. Help yourself. Love yourself. Nurture yourself. Don't nurture any people who don't deserve that from you. I'm getting that really clearly again for someone. Right, so, and yeah, look at this card again. Sorry, look at the Six of Swords. I keep going backwards and forwards, I'm sorry. But on this card, there's this really rough sea. You can just see that in the little corner, in the bottom right-hand corner down there. And they're moving from the rough sea into the calm sea. So if you focus on yourself and move away from all that, which I think that's what you're doing, life is going to be a lot more calmer for you. So that's the message that's telling you. Right, so, okay, I'm going to talk about the Ace of Pentacles now. Fantastic card. Right. I'm actually getting, because I'm looking at this and I'm looking at the Six of Swords as well. So I'm getting moving, packing, moving things in your house. I'm getting something to do with a house or a home. Now I'm getting a money offer coming in. It's some kind of, it's a money offer, it's a financial offer, it's some kind of help for you. Now, if you've had someone offer you something, especially if they're a family member, if they're offering to pay for something around a home, so it might be that you want something fixed on your home or something, or it might be that you're trying to look for a new home or buy a house, someone's going to help you with that. Or it might be that someone says to you, a family member I'm getting, says to you, or move into my place. If that's you, I'd be very careful about that. Now, if you're in a position where things are really, really difficult for you, and you know the only option to get out of where you are now is to say yes to that offer, yes, say yes, because it's better than where you are now. That's not what I'm talking about here. If this is an offer that you can do without, if it's something that's like, okay, I'm tempted by this, it sounds nice, but I don't really need it. If that's you, then I would say no to that offer. Because what I'm getting here is, there's no drama around this now. There's no jealousy around this now. So you can't see that now. But down the line, I think there might be some jealousy around this. There might be some problems around this. And when you've got families and money, you know, there are always these kinds of, well, not always, but a lot of the time you get these kinds of problems. So I would avoid that. I wouldn't be tempted by that if I was you. If I were you, I should say, because there's going to be some drama later on. And I really think if this is you with your family, with this volatile person and all these things around your family, I would lay very low as much as I can around your family if that's you. If you need to talk to people, I just be polite and keep a distance. So that's what I'm seeing for someone there. Obviously, that's not for everyone. If you've got a fantastic family, that's fantastic. But this is a situation I really need to say to someone here. So, okay, right. So with this Ace of Pentacles, Okay, I'm getting forgiveness. I'm getting forgiveness here. Yeah, there's a lot of history between you and someone else. That they'd like forgiveness from you. Actually, there's forgiveness on both sides here that has to happen. Yeah, I'm getting care between you. I'm getting love and care between you and someone else. Lots of love and care. You really cared for each other. Now, what I'm getting here is they still care for you. Whoever this is, they're not around you right now. Yeah, this is a love connection. This goes way back. Yeah, it goes back further than the sex and the hanged man. It goes right back. Way back. Yeah, you're committed to each other. You were committed to this person at one time. Yeah, they didn't try hard enough. They wish they'd try harder with you. They wish they didn't give up. This is what I'm getting. They messed up. This is what I'm getting. I messed up. I know I messed up. I should have tried harder. I should have kept going. I didn't do that. And yeah, that they really, really regret that. They really do. They're really thinking about you. They've never forgotten you. That's what I'm getting. There's someone here. Yeah, they're going to connect with you. They're going to contact you at some time. Yeah, I'm getting really messed up here as well with what I'm saying, because I'm really feeling nervous. I'm getting butterflies, actually. I'm really feeling these butterflies. This is how they're feeling. They don't want to mess up. Yeah, they messed up once. They messed everything up once. And they don't want to do it again. That's what I'm getting. It's really nerve-wracking. Yeah, I'm getting all these butterflies. Very nervous, very exciting, but very nervous. That's how they're feeling. Yeah, it feels like being pushed out onto a stage, actually, in front of a crowd, and it's very, very scary and nerve-wracking. And yeah, if you look at this man in the Nine of Wands, that's what they're like. They're really nervous. They're coming forward really carefully, very nervously. They're very, very scared. They know this is the right thing to do. They really miss you. They have never forgotten you. It's like, I've never forgotten them. I've never forgotten them. Are they going to forgive me? Have they forgotten me? So they're asking all these things. They're very nervous. They're coming forward. They're absolutely coming forward. Again, I'm getting this forgiveness that needs to happen on both sides. So I think things might have been said on both sides. I'm also getting something that ended quite quickly between you. I'm getting that. And yeah, this is what I keep on getting coming from them. I shouldn't have given up. I shouldn't have let this end. I should have tried harder. I should have tried harder. I was hurt. It was a very sad time. This is what I'm getting. We went through a horrible time. I shouldn't have given up. I shouldn't have walked away. That's what I'm getting coming from them. And yeah, they gave up on you once, but they're determined not to let that happen again. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, they're going to talk to you. Okay, I don't know if this is going to make sense, but this is what I'm getting. Yeah, this is why I'm getting this. There was some kind of trauma or some kind of hurt or some kind of very, very serious thing that happened between you. You went through something together. It was very hurtful, very horrible, and it bound you together. I think it bound you together, and I think that might be what pulled you apart as well. That's what I'm getting for someone. So there's all this hurt, there's all this trauma, there's all this forgiveness they need. You need that as well. I think if you're prepared to talk to them, and if you're prepared to forgive each other, yeah, I think what's going to happen down the track is you can have a really stable relationship here, because you've got the Ace of Pentacles here. Yeah, so just watch out for this. I'm seeing a really simple message coming through from them. I think it might be something like a friend request on social media, or maybe they'll like something on social media. I'm getting something like that. It might not be that, but it's something like, might be an email. It's something very, very simple coming from them. And it's not going to be a great big huge love announcement. You know, there's no 10 of Cups here. There's no Lover's card here. There's no 2 of Cups here. But, you know, you've got the 9 of Wands. So he's coming very slowly, or he or she, whoever this is, they're coming very slowly, very nervously. And what's up above that is the most stable card of all. It's the Ace of Pentacles. So they're coming very slowly and nervously, The result of all this, if they get what they want, if they get what they really, really, what they want with you, I'm sorry, I'm messing all this up myself because they messed up. They messed this up and I'm messing it up now. So I'm feeling like them. That's why I'm getting all these butterflies. But I think once the ice is broken, it just feels really comfortable. So it's all stressful, it's all nervous. And then once you start talking, it's just going to feel very comfortable. It's going to be back to how it was again between you. And yeah, you've got a lot to talk about. But yeah, there's stability there. There's stability at the end of this, if that's what you want. If you both go ahead and everything runs smoothly. That's what I'm seeing there. I'm really sorry, I'm getting all tongue-tied because I'm getting all these butterflies. I'm getting very nervous. And because I'm getting this, I don't want to mess this up. I've already messed it up. I don't want to mess it up again. I'm kind of feeling that myself. So, okay. Right. So the first card you've got for your future is the Hermit. Okay. So this is about you. This is about you just being by yourself, being in your own energy, getting that time to yourself, and also getting away from family. Getting away from family, because you've got a family in the Ten of Pentacles under this, and you're rising above all that drama, you're rising above all the hurt, you're rising above everything that's going on there, and you're just the Hermit. You're staying away from them. So if that's what you're doing, that's really good. If you've got that difficult family, you can see that that's what you're doing now. Now, yeah, you need to do this as well. You need to be a bit of a hermit because you're going to have to narrow down all these things to get you what you want to do, to get to that one thing. And you can see that, again, with his hermit. He's focused on his lamp. He's focused on one thing. He's following that. He's following the one thing. And when he follows that, that's how he gets to the ace. That's how he gets there. And so, yeah, don't let anything distract you. Don't let anyone distract you. Sit with all these ideas. Again, with this Ten of Pentacles, you've got all these coins floating around. You've got to filter them. You've got to filter them down to one thing, which is in the Ace of Pentacles. And you've got to get to hermit mode. Focus so that you can do that and be by yourself. Get that quiet time. That's what that's all telling you. So, okay. Yeah, I'm getting this for someone. I'm getting this for someone. There might be some kind, I think this work that you're going to have to narrow it down to. I think what's going to happen is you'll be doing something online. I'm getting by yourself and I'm getting something on the internet. So I'm definitely getting that for someone. Because if you look at the Ten of Pentacles again, all the coins are floating around in the air. The Ace of Pentacles is handing you this gift of this coin and it's coming out of the clouds. So the abundance is going to come through the air, signals in the air. So the internet, something like that, something on air, some kind of broadcasting. It could be something like that. It could just be a blog. I don't know. But it's something through the internet. So that might help you to narrow this down if that's you. But that's what I'm seeing there. Okay, I'm just looking at this Two of Swords here. Yeah, I think this is one of the reasons why they're so nervous, this person who's coming toward you. You are going to get a message very soon, probably within the next 2 weeks, I think, if that's you. Now, yeah, there's a lot they have to say to you. There's a lot to work through. There's a lot. And they've been thinking about this. They've been holding back for such a long, long time, really worried about how they're going to speak to you, really stuck in their words, stuck with what they want to say. So I think when they come forward, when they speak to you at the start, they're not going to talk about all these problems to start with and all of that. They've got two aims here, two main ones anyway. So the first thing is they want to get everything out into the open. They want to clear everything up. They want to have their say. They want you to have your say. They want to do that, and they're building up to that slowly. So I think they're not going to say anything to start with. They're going to build up to having this big conversation, get everything out, work through everything. And then after that, when that's all resolved, or when that's what they want to happen anyway, when that's all resolved, I think what's going to happen is they're going to ask you for a serious relationship here, something very, very stable. So, yeah, I keep on getting this sort of cut-off feeling. Things were cut short. And they're really feeling like they should have gotten a lot further with you. Because there's a crescent moon on the top of this Two of Swords. So, and what that means is, it's not a full moon, so it hasn't come into its fullness yet. So they've got a lot to talk about to get to the end with you. But yeah, they've been stuck like this for a long, long time, not being able to move forward, not being able to talk to you, not being able to move up. But they're going to do that now. They're going to come forward and talk to you now. They're so nervous, so nervous. But they don't care anymore. They're going to come and talk to you.